Hi everybody. We're back. Um, yeah, we're back for another week, and I can hear myself through Empire's stuff, so that's not fun. Um, Tonight's topic is going to be leader or challenges leaders face. So we got a couple leaders in here um, who have been through a lot, gone through a lot, been in KSI a long time. Can share some stuff with you guys. Throughout the show, we want you guys to put in your own comments, respond to what's being said on the panel, submit your own questions if you have them, and all that stuff. So think about challenges the leaders face in KSI. Think about it for a little bit. And while you think about it, let's just go through a real quick KSI news thing and some announcements and updates for you. Uh, First off, Weekend Warfare is tomorrow, and that would be a Halo 5 free-for-all, I do believe. And those signups should be on the forums under the T&E section. So if you're sitting in here right now and you got Halo 5 and you're going to be free tomorrow night, spend it with all your best KSI pals. That'd be real fun. Um, After this tonight, there's something that's going on that I should know what it is, but I still don't really. Empires knows and all that stuff, but when the stream's over in an hour, stay here and watch whatever's coming on next. It'll be really cool and really fun. Um, we got some department news real fast for you guys. First off, we just want to pitch some departments for you guys. First off, news team, my baby. We're looking for writers. We're looking for people to get involved to write things about KSI. We're looking for people who want to go to the weekly weekend events, like Weekend Warfare, and do recaps for us. We're looking for people who want to work with productions and go around KSI doing video interviews with people. We have a lot of openings and a lot of things you can do within KSI News that we want you guys to do. So if you are interested or you know people who are interested, please, please, please fill an application in the news team section of the forums. Let us know what you want to do with news, and we'll try to accommodate you in whatever way we can. Um, Also, with news and with this, the weekly update, we want you guys to go to the news team section of the forums, find the thread about reviews and suggestions for the weekly update. Let us know if we're doing a good job. Let us know what we're doing wrong, and let us know what you want to see us talk about in the future. We want your guys' input to make these shows as good as they can be. Um, AAP of the month just closed yesterday, I believe, so those should be out in the next 2 weeks. So be looking for the of the month award winners from March. Um, Productions is looking for streamers and looking for people who want to get involved in streaming events like this and streaming game nights and doing video interviews among the community and all that stuff. So if you're interested in that, please talk to Productions and fill an application. And as luck would have it, we have the head of graphics, the one-man team, Daniel, here tonight, IR Glum. And I think he might have something to say about graphics. So Dan, say something about graphics.
Yeah, hi guys. Well, right now, graphics department in general is actually looking for some new people, I've been trying to teach some others as we go, trying like, get some signatures made and stuff like that. If you guys have a passion for doing that, or if you just want to do it, try and learn some new stuff about it, by all means, go ahead and stop by the graphics department. We'd love to have you. Love to show you some cool new stuff that you can do. So yeah, by all means, put in an application. I would absolutely love it. Get to know you guys a little bit more. I think that's just about it for me.
And he knows what looks good.
I do know it looks good, and that's me.
He does. Yeah, that is him. Groovy. Okay. So with that being said, I'll introduce the panel real fast and then we'll get into the topics of the evening. Um, so panel. I'll look off of what screen you guys are looking at. We got M Pliers up top. He is streaming this for us as always. He's wonderful and lovely. We have IR Glum. That's Daniel slash Infinite. He's the guy who's saying funny things in the chat box. Head of graphics. For like the fifth straight week or how many weeks we've done this, we got a Kami 7 from LS. right?
Yes.
You're from yeah, from LS. So he's here again. I think he'll be here like every week for some reason because he's always on and he's the only one who likes us enough to keep showing up. We got Ash7 from ES, I believe is where she's from. We got KSI Cheddar Bob, everyone's favorite cheesy fella. Uh, he's awesome. And and then we got Shivers, KSI Shivers 7, who I think Shivers is a super sergeant somewhere now. I'm not sure where, but
Banshee, yes.
okay, Banshee ES. Shout out for Banshee. So Shivers is pretty cool. He's been around the block a few times. So with that being said, guys, we got an awesome panel here. Hopefully they can share some good stories, share some good insight and advice with y'all. If you guys have any questions, please throw them in the chat and we'll try to get to them. Um, so topic again, since we already went through it. The topic is challenges the leaders face. Now, we're breaking this up into two parts tonight. The first part is going to be the challenges these leaders, specifically on the panel, faced as they came up the ranks. And then we have the second part, which is going to be the challenges they currently face in their current positions or where they ended up being at their highest level. So, um, so that's kind of what we're going for. If you guys have any questions about you coming up through the ranks, if you got anything that you want to ask anyone specifically, if you want something, specific to you, throw it in the chat and we'll try to get to it. So guys, feel free to talk about this one. What are some of the challenges that y'all faced when you came up through the ranks, coming up through KSI? What were some of the things that got to you, got under your skin, kind of kept you from moving up as fast as you wanted or kept you from moving up at all, or really made it struggle for you to want to continue to go up the chain?
Pliers.
Pliers kept you from wanting to go up the chain, or he was in your way, or he was just a thorn in your side.
Sure, all of the above. We'll go with that.
That sounds like Pliers.
I'm sorry, I had to.
That sounds like him.
Coming up through the ranks for me, it was difficult because there was just a lot of people in the way. And a lot of them were just not doing as much work as I was, and it was frustrating because I'm sitting here thinking, they're not doing anything, I'm doing everything, and they're just sitting there in their positions. That was difficult to go through, and there's many times, especially when I was a captain, that I just wanted to quit because I was sick of it, but it worked out in the end.
What about some of the
Okay,
rest of you?
one of the challenges that I faced was just starting to move up the ranks, having the officers above me step down, and it just being me and my general running the squad, and my general always being away on exercise with him being in the military. Very good guy, KSI Mufasa, ex Mufasa 7, great guy, and still being able to have that communication and maintain squad activity as moving up the ranks.
KSI Lux 7, friend of the program, said biggest thing I had to deal with probably would have been the lack of interest in officers at times. It tends to fluctuate from people who actually care to people who are in it for the title. I mean, did any of you guys ever experience that when you were coming up? No names, of course. Pliers, but did you guys have any officers around you who made your time at KSI more difficult, or did you have any, or what about anybody as well that really was a reason that you stayed or helped you come up through the ranks?
I
I
mean, I
think
haven't
me
been in
personally. Good.
I haven't been in clan ops in a long time, but I know when I originally was starting up, I think for me, a big thing was honestly just getting a really good group of people, and like when you have them, really stick with them, because honestly, when you have a good team, you end up and you all start firing off next to each other, or like kind of working off each other, and from there, other people will see what's going on, and that kind of, you know, springs some motivation. Yeah, nailed it.
What about you,
So
Shivers? Want to come back to Shivers?
Sorry, Mike was muted. You were speaking on basically just people that were looking for the rank and not anything else. Oh, I just want to be a captain because I want to be a captain, or so on and so forth. Correct?
Yeah, that was part of it. Yeah.
I would say just about everywhere you go, real life, KSI, it doesn't matter. You're gonna have that. That's gonna be the challenge you're gonna face anywhere. Everybody wants whatever they can get their hands on for the least amount of work they can do for it. But it's those that step forward and show what they're willing to do and what they're willing to work for, what they want, that make the difference.
Now, guys, we're gonna see if this comes the way I think it's gonna come. We're gonna see if this happens, and it did.
There's a fuzzy
So we'll
in
wait.
here.
Yeah, we'll wait till.
Hi, Fuzzy.
Yeah, now he's connected. So we're talking tonight, Fuzzy, about challenges the leaders face, and we all know that you faced a lot of challenges and all that fun stuff. So we're going to get you involved in the conversation if you want to be involved.
Yeah, awesome.
So, and this is mainly for Cheddar and Fuzzy right now, since I think you guys are the last two to talk. Yeah, what are some of the challenges you guys faced coming up the ranks? What was something that was challenging to you when you either got into KSI at first or as you were getting acclimated that made it difficult, or any challenges that you had to face that, happened while you were coming up the ranks in KSI?
There's a few things kind of rough for me. First off, when I joined KSI, I wasn't too savvy on computers at all. Didn't mess with them too much. Learned a lot on that end. Also, in in a division, I actually took a leave after Evil Ties was created for a short time. And when I came back, I was put into RP, and like a week later, RP merged with DL. After the merge, there was like 90 people over there. Had between both divisions and no other sevens. That was, getting the foundation set, people in place where I needed them. That was one of the biggest challenges that I've had, but it all worked out, went well. So
Yeah, I understand that. What about you, Fuzzy? Have any stories from your time long, long ago?
Well, there was definitely some challenges coming up. One of them, which I kind of did to myself, is I finagle my way through the ranks, doing non-clan stuff, clan op stuff, whatever. And I was that director at about 9 months in, and I don't know what the fuck I was doing. So that was a very big learning gap that kind of set me back because I wanted to trudge through and be in charge of things, have a cool rank, and it really knocked me on my ass. And I spent about 9 more months just as director, so I definitely had a big learning curve. But some people may know this. Occasionally, I have a problem with authority, and I'm a very logical person. When people bring emotions into things, especially KSI things, like I understand certain things are sad and blah, 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 but I'm a very logical person. So you'd look at a problem and be like, oh, well, this is the conclusion. And then I'd have people above me, like, I don't know, Shoddy or something like that, be like, no, we can't piss off this guy. Be like, why? This guy's useless. That's how, well, so-and-so, he's a best friend to someone else who's really important. So kind of with fucked up leadership trying to finagle my way to get what I wanted to get done, and definitely clashing leadership styles of, at that time, old school and new school. Nowadays it'd be old school versus old school, but those two things, and then definitely learning the political structure of KSI. Not necessarily, Republicans or Democrats, but just the ins and outs and how to deal with situations and how I could get someone to do something I want one way, and the other way I could explain the same problem and come off as a dick, and they wouldn't appreciate it. So, there was just a lot of leadership learning curves coming. I mean, I was young; I was only 16, and just earning. I don't know. I think it's probably the most reflective of everyone else, but just earning the respect of people above me. I knew what I wanted to do. My ideals of KSI have not really changed in the last 8 years, but starting up, and just as a lot of you guys could see, at certain ranks, it almost seems like no one really cares. You have to think, but it's not necessarily how it is. But then again, Fuzzy Meep, who was in KSI for 9 months and was a director, no one gave a shit how I thought because the way I was running things was different than others, and they didn't care. So earning people's respects and just kind of figure out how to situate the landscape and prove the naysayers wrong.
Speaking of the naysayers, you're making Dan so jealous right now. We told Daniel not. We told Dan not to cuss if he was in here.
Oh my God, Dan!
Wait,
I mean, not cuss an excessive amount, but you click the thing that says this is a mature stream and I am 18. Fuck them.
like you don't even
we
know.
have
It's messing with my entire mental process.
what mental process? Oh
Very
shoot.
elaborate one.
What we want to do, guys, by the way, you guys out there, one of these days, we want to have a stream where we just stream for an hour as we're all getting drunk and just talking shit to each other. That'll be fun.
That's perfect because I just started a beverage. Like more than an
Okay.
hour, but we got all night.
Getting back to topic, we had KSI May 7 said, I'd have to say one of the things I had to deal with would be the people being moved from other squads and ranking above me. I had to push my way up the rank. And that's something I think a lot of us have had to deal with. Maybe not so directly, but you realize the longer you're in here, it's a game of attrition. Sometimes you get impatient, but you're stuck in a position, and sometimes you just got to wait for that person to get out of the way. And I'm not saying to undermine them, but things happen.
If you
I
wait
got
long
lucky
enough,
that
everyone above you in KSI will quit eventually. That's
exactly,
a fact.
and as long as you put yourself in that position, you're going to be there to fill it. I remember when I was a lieutenant, I got my captain's rank only because a captain had the red ring of death on the 360. Score, take that captain spot real quick. So it happens, and it's crazy things can lead to that.
Also, pushing above and beyond what your rank entails is a great way to get yourself noticed to move up the ranks. That's always one way I've found to push past the struggles of moving up the ranks, is going above and beyond and proving why you deserve that next spot.
Now, for any of y'all in here who are intimidated by sevens, afraid of sevens, or whatever, the next part I'm going to ask, and everyone in here is a seven, I guess, technically. We're going to talk about the challenges they face now as sevens. And this is, I think, something that needs to be understood in KSI is everyone in KSI is basically equal. I mean, we are all people. We have different responsibilities within the community that's basically gained by showing a commitment to the community. But I feel like a lot of times, sometimes sevens lose track of what it's like to be a member who's not a seven, and then members who aren't sevens don't understand everything that goes into being a seven. And so, to kind of bridge that gap a little bit, I want to talk about the challenges that the people in this party face right now in the jobs that they do every day, the challenges that they have to face that maybe all the members don't get to see, or maybe they do. I don't know. But I know Ash had a really good one that she wanted to bring up. So if Ash has not walked away to get a beverage, we can let Ash go first.
No, I'm here. Just some background real quick. Empires and Shivers were my sevens, and I always would be like, I would never understand why they did the calls that they did. I was like, why would they do that? I would do this so differently. Now I'm finally in the position they were in, and I completely understand why they made those calls. And I have a lot of people, as you know, I'm now a div leader of ES. I have so many people, no matter what I do, what call I make, whether it be like the best call or the worst call, somebody always has an issue with it no matter what. And I've just come to learn you're never going to make people happy, and you just have to you have to deal with it. You're always going to have that one person it could be the best call in the world. Everyone loved it. You're going to always have that one person that's just going to rain on your parade. So I've just definitely found that can be a big issue, just keeping everybody happy, because no matter what you do, someone's not going to be happy, and it can be very difficult.
It's best for business.
Yep,
Okay,
exactly.
Vince.
It's it, man. That's the fucking
Choosing what's best for the
cream of the
division
crop.
is what I go with always.
I have to agree with Ash. You're never going to please everyone. Try as hard as you want. The decisions we make as leaders now, people will never understand them until they actually get into the positions we're in, and they face similar challenges themselves. And making those calls is something that takes a lot of thought and consideration, and moving past that working past that phase of you're going to get judged, so learning to remain calm under every situation is hard.
You know,
You know
what are
what's
some
tough?
other, you
Oh, go
know,
ahead, MP.
oh, I was going to say, um, you know, I don't, it's all the same. I mean, leaders are leaders. I'm not really in clan ops anymore. But one thing I got to deal with is, I run the news team, and I'm working as a department liaison right now. But God, still running the news team, one of the most difficult things, and this is why we keep asking for activity and for people to want to join, is I have to right now it's such a challenge on trying to keep people focused into doing things. A lot of times within departments, we talk about just wanting the title. That happens a lot. People just want a title, or people get lazy, or people don't pay attention, or people don't want to be involved anymore. And you got to keep a team running, whether or not you have anyone who wants to do it with you. Dan has been running the graphics by himself, basically, and even though he has a lot of applicants right now, I don't think he has any other full-time real members. So he's still basically a one-man show in graphics. My news team was like 8, 9 members strong a month and a half ago. Yeah, we're down to like 4 members because people who aren't active don't stick around. So, keeping people active and keeping people happy, and I think that does carry over to clan ops. Having to do all that work and trying to motivate people and to make sure people feel involved and welcomed and like what they're doing matters, that's a difficult thing for any leader to have to do. So that's a challenge that I've really been facing recently. Now it's on to you, Fuzzy.
Well, I think giving advice during situations or incidents or whatever, you have to bring yourself to whomever is asking's level. Because some people will be bullshit because they're the general, but they can't choose orange and purple as their squad colors. They're already chosen by the last general. It's something I would find minuscule, no different than like, well, I have one of my members were poached recently, and these people are furious. But to me, I'm like, wow, fuck, we just lost 100 people, I don't know, a week ago, and this is happening, and tension's building with this person, and yeah, you lost one person to another squad in your division. You have to humble yourself, bring yourself down, and make everyone's situations feel like the most important situation there is. Because to them, it is. I mean, when I was lower in the ranks, fuck, I didn't have a major or general when I first joined KSI. The 2 people who recruited me are the 2 people who hit the squad and left and made their own community a couple weeks later. And I didn't care for them anyway, so I was like, fuck them. But now I'm a fourth captain, or third captain rather. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. And all my leadership was gone. So I'm like hitting up Sevens, I'm hitting up Apollyon, Lee, Sonic, Knuckles, fucking Spider, constantly, because I'm like, when am I going to get some leadership? Like, I don't know what to do. And they just kind of blew me off. And then Apollyon finally sat down with me and was like, all right, look, we're going to do this. We're going to bring in this guy, KSI Lee, who I'm still friends with to this day, 8 years later. But the other leaders just blew it off like, whatever, you'll get a major or a general in a few days. What's the big deal? But I was so goddamn lost. So now I look back and try to reflect it. And when people bring up the quote-unquote smaller things, the different scales, whatever, I really try to sit down and help them with one person being poached or trying to figure out colors for a squad or something. Like I said, it could be borderline minuscule to me, but to them it's the most important thing in the world. No different than when like a little, like a, I don't know, a kid's asking for juice and you ignore him, so he starts to cry. That sounds horrible. That makes like members sound like they're babies and crying. That's not my intentions, but I just feel like micromasm to macrocosm. But you really have to humble yourself and remember what it's like to have these things happen to you and them to blow your mind at the time. But I mean, once you've seen 5,000 people leave KSI overnight, your scale of one person leaving to another area of KSI is much different, but those members aren't there yet.
What about anybody else in here?
I guess one of the other issues that I deal with as a leading now is when members come to me asking for help and learning that line of when not what's helping and what's micromanaging, and letting them learn on their own whilst giving the advice that I can to the best of my ability. Because I've had that come for a couple. Hey, just because I'm British doesn't give me an advantage. If in fact it like gives the guys the more opportunity to give me stick about it.
So, to kind of round out discussion then, guys, does anyone here have any, one with advice? What advice would you guys give to people who are watching this, to what challenges they can expect to face and what they should do to overcome those challenges to get where they want to get to?
Hold yourself to the level of respect that you expect others to hold you. If you hold yourself at a 10, others will eventually see you as a 10. And respect everybody. Doesn't matter if they're a private or a CEO or the leader of a different clan or whatever. Treat everyone exactly the same. Hands down.
Ash.
Yes.
Advice. Go.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. My mic keeps cutting in and out.
Give some advice to people about the challenges they can expect to meet as they climb up the ranks and how they should handle those.
I would tell you something that you should definitely do is definitely don't make any rash decisions. Don't, if you're upset about something, don't be like, oh, I'm gonna quit right away. Think on it, because I guarantee the next day you're gonna be like, think it over, think of a different way that you can handle it rather than just, giving up and quitting. Because I know you'll regret it. I've seen people quit and they've definitely regretted it. Definitely don't make any rash decisions. And just keep doing your best. My advice.
Okay, Cheddar. You got any advice for the people?
Just stay positive. Don't, I mean, not to let the stuff stress you out. Be patient. Tens in some of these situations we've talked about, you're getting overlooked. Just be patient. Keep doing what you're doing. You'll be seen. You'll be recognized.
Akami.
I'd say the best advice I could give is have fun. No matter what you're doing, no matter what situations you face, make sure you're having fun. Because that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Daniel.
I mean, kind of like as everybody already said, just really make sure that you think out all your decisions. I mean, if you need, always try and talk to like like a friend about it. Try and kind of get your mind straight, just in case you're not thinking about it in a biased point of view or something like that. I guess for any of you younger ones out there who doesn't have a job or something like that yet, really this is the time, honestly, just to really go full into KSI and just really enjoy it. Everything that it can give you, leadership, material, everything. I mean, once you get a job and all that extra stuff, KSI, it just becomes an extra thing to worry about, I mean, now is just really the time to really just enjoy what the community is about.
Yeah.
And Shivers, if you're here.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. You're gonna make them. Just learn from it.
Okay, and then I'll throw in mine is set goals for yourself and set big goals and set small goals. Use your small goals as stepping stones to reach your big goals. You're gonna get knocked back. I remember I had this thing where I was like, within a year, I'm gonna be a div leader, and it happened. But there were times in there where I stayed at I stayed at ranks longer than I thought I would. Um, I hit issues with my squads and my division that I thought would hold me back, but I kept fighting through it, and I didn't move up without everything else getting better. So, I mean, you want to set yourself goals, and you have to be stubborn about those goals. You gotta even when you get punched in the mouth, you gotta change what you're doing so you can reach that goal. You can't give up on yourself, and you have to make sure that you're getting a little bit better each and every day, a little bit closer each and every day. So with that being said, there's some stuff. We got some stuff out of the way about challenges we face coming up the ranks, stuff we're facing now, and now we got some advice for y'all. I think we got everyone's favorite section of the show coming up right now. And so if you've been here before, you already know what it is. You already know that it's shout out
Kennedy.
time. Mr. Kennedy.
Mhm.
Kennedy. It's shout out time. So we got shout outs for y'all. I'm going to give you some of the shout outs that were messaged to me during the show. We got a shout out for the Orioles just got a double play. That's important. We got a shout out for KSI Achilles LW. That says, I would like to personally thank all members on my squad for pulling together and bringing Kelly's back to life. You guys have so much potential, and you make me really proud to call you my squad. There's so much motivation and encouragement that I look forward to getting online. Keep up the great work, Ivy. Sounds awesome. Congrats to that squad for putting in a lot of good work. We got a shout out to KSI Archer. I think that's 2 KSI Archer 7, 4 KSI Archer 7. This guy has made so much progress in his KSI career. He's knowledgeable, and above all, he shows integrity in all aspects of dealing with any issues. He's an amazing individual, and I'm proud to have him as part of MP. We got a shout out to KSI Muddy for always making KSI a priority. She balances me out. KSI Darth Maul for keeping his head up and staying positive during hard times in the squad. All of the LW members for upholding the standards of KSI. And KSI Squirrel, KSI X Bush, and the rest of their squads for showing tremendous growth and reaching more than 90 members. Is that their squad members? I don't know. DR shoutouts, congrats to KSI Halo 13 on getting Jen over Archangel. Well deserved, man. Keep up the good work. Do we got any shoutouts? We got a shout out here to KSI Ash 7, KSI Storm 7, and KSI Metaton 7. I can only see out of one eye. I'm having issues. What
Hey,
about
guy.
people in here in the panel? Give us some shout outs. Fuzzy, you got shout outs for people? Say nice things about people, Fuzzy.
Akeem.
Yes.
Oh, Lucy said hi. That's all I was relaying.
Oh, damn it. God damn it,
Give
Lucy.
shout
He's been
outs
missing
if
me.
you want.
Yeah,
Other
give
than
out some
that,
shout
I mean,
outs.
I guess
Let's-
no one really specifically this week. I've been dealing with a lot of KSI and other community relations, but we've been doing great. Definitely, even when we're having issues with other people outside, this community never seems to cave or sit still while dealing with something else. Everyone does what they do, and it's good. future shout out to Dan whenever he finishes of the year pictures. So that could be coming up in a couple months. Whatever. It's not a big rush. And I do want to know KSI It's Wave. He just joined, and not so much about it like what he's done so far. He's been here for a couple days. But he did bring me into his brand new division called Revenge Souls in 2008, and I was a major, and that's where I met my buddy Dave as one of my recruits. And I haven't seen this guy in like almost a decade, and he just randomly was at a party the other day, and I was blown the fuck away. Sorry for not giving real shout-outs, but that's all I got. 8
That
years.
sounds great, though.
Anyone else know people for 8 years on Xbox Live, or people you haven't seen in fucking, like I said, almost a decade, and they just pop up? It was wild. We had some fun, like, remembering talks last night.
Oh, we got another shout out. Wait till my kick loads up. Plier sends me this. Oh shoot, I almost deleted it. Big shout out to WI, HD, and LS for doing such amazing jobs in their divisions. So WI, HD, and LS. Cheddar, we got some shout outs from you.
Abandoned Collector, those directors. Shout out to them. They seem to be both doing well in their new position.
Sweet, yeah, congrats to those two.
Yeah.
Huck yeah.
Sorry, I was overzealous.
I'd like to give a shout out to Lucy Lux 7 for constantly trying to make me laugh throughout this whole weekly update.
Yes! Shout out to Chris Davis of the Orioles for hitting a home run. Sorry.
Oh my god, you and your sports.
Shout out to KSI Grey Goose, because he's just been putting in a lot of work over in ES, and growing his squad, or growing the squad, as well as KSI Metatron 7, newest co-founder over here, and KSI Cancer Killer, who just got Jen of Banshee, and KSI Stormy 7, who just got founder. So proud, everyone deserves those positions. Keep working hard.
Woo.
Nice, nice.
Akami,
Yes, sir.
give a shout out, and if it doesn't include me, you're banned.
Okay, right.
If it doesn't include me, you're banned, and Lucy's your position.
Okay, so shout out to Fuzzy and Impy. Fuzzy for supporting the weekly update and everything he does with KSI, and Impy for bringing on such a great asset to KSI with the weekly update and the news team.
Oh, you're phony. Go on to real ones.
Okay, so massive shout out to the whole of LS for working hard and moving the division forward. We're like halfway there to that Armada status. Keep it going, guys. God damn it, Lucy, no, I'm not laughing.
It sounds like a slight giggle.
It's not a slight giggle.
I was like, yeah, I was wondering if his like shout out to LS was like just done there, because it seems like he just kind of left it on the cliff.
Yeah, but yeah, massive work from my guys in LS, and big shout out to them all, and looking forward to great things from all the future leaders in LS.
Shivers, do you have any shout outs you want to give?
Actually, yeah, I want to give a shout out to Cancer Killer and Texas Angel over in Banshee ES. You know, every time I hear about somebody being recruited or somebody being trained, they're always right in the middle of it. They're always gaming with the newest people in that squad, and they're also just making one heck of a difference. You know, you don't see that a whole lot like we should with the members coming in and just getting right into it with all the officers in each squad and all that. So big shout out to them for doing all that, taking the time.
Yeah, sounds great. Do we got anything in the chat? Lucy's here. We got a huge shout out to KSI 5th A7 for being such an amazing founder. Shout out to Reaper for being a good leader. Lucy wants to give a shout out to half of himself.
Congrats, Lex.
We got a shout out from KSI May 7. She wants to shout out to Tempa, Trendies, Slipknot, and Empliers for helping me out my first week as a co-founder. That's awesome. And that's what we're all about, coming together and helping people out. That's awesome. Massive holler to the TI gang from KSI Reaper 666. Despite the fact that we're the baby division, we're keeping everything together and making waves on the way to the next div split. I like it. I got some shout outs myself. My shout out goes to Ash for not going to the seniors and the board and complaining about the way that I yell at her. Thank you. I got a shout out for Dan. He's been in here for 44 minutes and behaved himself beyond expectation, so somebody's getting an ice cream tonight.
I think he has low expectations of you, which is very depressing.
It's just, I've learned better, dude. Last time I told him, the last show I had in the weekly update in 2012, Sarah and Rags came in and started cussing people out.
All right, yeah. I get that, then. That was funny to everyone else.
Yeah. I got a shout
like
out
board
for
members shit-talking their members publicly in a stream party.
Yeah, well, I got a shout out to KSI Emplier 7 for streaming this stuff as always. He does an amazing job and he's always here to help us out when we need it. And I wanted to give a shout out to KSI Emma, who's not even around, for just being back and doing something, I guess, even if she's frustrating sometimes. Thanks for coming back, Emma, and doing things. And then also last, shout out to AJ Styles for being #1 contender to the WWE World Heavyweight Championship belt. He's going to get his ass whooped by Roman Reigns, but I love me some AJ Styles. So congrats to him.
Man, that's going to be a crowd pleaser. Reigns going full heel.
Damn right he is. And shout out to new on the WWE scene, but he was on NXT, Apollo Crews, went to my alma mater, Auburn University, War Eagle. Won 2 matches this week, one on Raw, one on SmackDown. So shout out to Apollo Crews.
Basically, anyone not watching wrestling is not in the loop.
And yeah, guys. So that's what we got for our shout outs tonight. We got shout outs from Karma for a shout out to all of our leadership and keeping community safe and fun. And shout out to KSI 5th A7 for being an awesome founder and running FI while MFL Swag is away from Warrior Ace. So, and we got one last one from Reaper. Shout out to the officers in Xenon, TI, and Hybrid Elite, Gone Freeses, Obsidian 9, and Aura Lucario. Y'all got some names. Anyways, that's all we got for the show tonight. Once again, guys, we hope that you go to the YouTube when this is loaded up. Use it as reference. We wanted to provide you guys some personal stories, some advice of what you can do as you go up the ranks, if you're not already there. We want you guys to use these as references. Go on the forums, guys. Go to the news team section and either apply to be on the news team or please at least leave us a note so we know what you like about the weekly update, what you don't like, and what topics you want covered in the future. We want to cover things for you. So if there's something you really want us to talk about in the coming weeks, go post it in there. Post up ideas for topics, and we will so do them. And hell, if you post them up and you're cool enough, we'll get you into the panel if you want to be. We're looking for new people for the panel. So let me know. Be around. Be involved. And just keep up the great work, guys. We plan on being back here next week at 7. If you weren't aware, Lux is a Baron Corbin fan. No.
Well,
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Whatever.
No.
He won that battle royal that everyone else who won it didn't get a
He
push.
shouldn't have even been in it.
So
What? He
congrats.
just sat in a corner. He sat in a corner
That
and
was
cheated on
Shaq's
Kane.
battle royal, and everyone knows it.
Oh, man. Anyways, yeah, I'll keep up the good work. We'll be back here next week at 7. If you aren't already aware, Empliers is doing something cool right after this. We have about 10 minutes till that starts. So stick around. We're going to go offline for a little bit, and then we'll be back with whatever Flyers is doing. I'm sure you guys know more about it than I do. I've been so out of the loop this week. So thanks for showing up, guys. We'll see you next week, and have a great